We have all been there when you're sitting for the family holidays and somebody mentions that we should play a game. And at that moment, you were probably wishing that you had already prepped some games that you placed aside to pull out for this very moment. Well, today we are going to be looking at 3 great games to play this holiday season. And for my criteria, I am choosing these based on easy to learn to play, quick playing, and also good for a variety of different player counts. That way, these can be presented between holiday events and players can shuffle in and out of the fun. Hello, and welcome to Ravensburger Games YouTube channel. My name is Sam, and we do all kinds of videos here. We do top 5s, buying guides, how to plays, and more, all surrounding Ravensburger games. So if that interests you, please consider subscribing. Piñata Blast is wonderful because it's incredibly easy to teach, has some really cute art as well as awesome printed dice, and the games last no more than 15 minutes or so. In Piñata Blast, you are trying to collect candy, and everyone will be dealt 7 cards, and the last player to hit a piñata will take the piñata stick first player token. Now they are going to take the dice and roll them, and the players simultaneously will be playing cards in front of them and grabbing the matching candy symbols on the dice. Now when you grab the dice, you must place them on the matching face-up card in front of you. But watch out, there is going to be 1 green die in the pool and it signifies the rotten candy for that round. Now that candy cannot be collected this round, so just be very careful. Now when there are no more dice to grab, that round is going to end and every player will draw a card. And rounds will just continue like this until a player has played all of the cards in their hand. At that time, you're going to check the cards that everyone has collected, and whoever has the highest point value of candy will win the game. That's honestly really it. Besides some small details, I basically just taught you the entire game, so go out and try to play some Piñata Blast. That's Not a Hat is a goofy memory game that has some wild laugh out loud moments throughout. It beckons you to remember a few items around the board. Can't be that hard, right? Players will start with a card in front of them revealed to the group, and these can range from so many things. It might be a magnifying glass or a tape measure or a pillow. Simultaneously, everyone will turn their cards over as the first player draws a card from that large deck of items. And they're going to show everyone that card and then place it face down and pass the card. Players are going to pass the card the direction indicated by the arrow on the back of it, and it will always go right or left. Now you can say something like, "Here is my gift to you, this wonderful frog." And then the receiving player can either accept or decline that gift. If accepted, they take the card and pass the one that they already have. And this is going to continue, but over time it gets harder and harder to track those cards. And eventually you may have to resort to bluffing or even more nefarious, double bluffing. Now, if you're ever being offered a gift and you don't actually think it is what they said it was, then you can always say, "That's not a frog," or whatever item it is they are claiming. And if you are right, they keep the card as a penalty point. But if you are wrong, then you keep it. Either way, a new card is going to be drawn and play will continue until a player has their 3rd penalty point, which will then end the game. And the victory is going to be given to the player or players with the least penalty points. Once again, another game so simple that just by explaining it, you could probably play it right now. There's also a secondary edition of That's Not a Hat called That's Not a Hat Pop Culture. This version adds some fun new item art like USBs and floppy disks, lots of fun little trinkets, and it also adds special cards that can be passed to anyone. So if you are up for the challenge or just want some more pop culture-y items, perhaps this edition is the way to go. All right, only one more game for you, and this one has some of the silliest art ever. It is so charming, and I honestly don't think anyone can disagree here, unless of course you have ornithophobia, which in that case, probably stay far away from this game as there is a lot of birds. Oh My Pigeons is a fast-paced riot of a card game where you are playing 1 card out of your small hand of 3 every turn. And the goal of the game is to try and fill your bench with these adorable little plastic pigeons. It's fairly straightforward in that a player's turn, they will typically play one card or potentially two with certain abilities, and then draw back up to 3 cards when their turn is over. The fun is in the wild abilities that these cards have. I have to share a few of these with you because it's honestly just too good. Let's Get This Bread allows you to take 3 pigeons from the flock and place it onto your bench. Swapsies allows you to switch benches with another player, which is very rude. And the heart cards can be played by themselves to get 1 pigeon, but if you have 2 of them, you can play them both and get 4 pigeons. But the best has got to be the Oh My Pigeons card. You're going to roll a dice which will allow you to either take pigeons from the supply or steal pigeons from your opponents, or let you flick bird poo at your enemies, and any pigeons you knock off your opponent's bench are going to be returned to the supply. The game will end when a player has a full bench of beautiful little pigeons. Like I said, this game is an absolute riot. You'll have a lot of laughter and possibly a little chaos as well. I'm hoping at least one of these games piqued your interest. We have links to the games below in the description if you would like to check them out. And I would love to hear some of your ideas as well. So if you have a favorite accessible game for the holidays, drop it down below. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.